I had a great question this morning from one of my viewers that said they have pain in their palm when they weight bear on that, as well as pain on the pinky side of the wrist, and was wanting to know what it is and how can they fix it. So I'm going to give a couple of things to try that will work for any of you that might have something similar to this. There is a possibility that it could be something similar to carpal tunnel, and that we could have some kind of entrapment of the nerves through this area. So the first thing I would do would be just to work through here, opening up and really kind of stretching through all of the fascia through here. Make sure that you're digging in a little bit. Like, this might not always be super comfortable when we're really working through the tissues. So you have all these little bones in there. So the more that you can even relax the hand and get into those little bones as you're moving through can be really beneficial. And then, of course, coming around the edge here, considering it's the pinky side. So on this side where the bone ends here, and you have all this soft tissue, so coming up right underneath that bone, and I'm really pressing in quite a bit here as I'm coming through, and then working into that wrist area all the way into those bones. You'll feel kind of the round portion of that bone, and you can work around that a bit, and then, you know, coming back into the wrist area, the forearm area, just really finding those points, stretching the tissue both directions. You know, there really isn't a right or wrong way to do this stuff. You're just going to kind of feel what your body is feeling and just adjust accordingly. So really working all through there. There's a possibility that you could have something out of place, which is not uncommon with the hand, just because there are so many tiny bones in there, in the hands and in the wrist. So I would also recommend doing some traction, just where you're going to pull the wrist, give it a little bit of traction, and then we can work on flexing the wrist while giving traction. So you're not trying to, you know, pull as hard as you can on this. And this is all really strong, so the truth is I could pull really hard and I'm not going to damage my wrist, but just enough traction you might actually feel a relief just doing the traction component, and then flexing. And then we'll do the same. You're gonna traction and then extend the wrist on this. You can come the other way if this happens to feel strange to you. The extension isn't as easy to do as the flexion. So just find whatever's comfortable for you. If you do the extension traction, it'll be a little more active, so you have to use the wrist that you're working on more actively than if you come around this way and traction it. But again, some things that you can kind of play around with. Then after you have tractioned it and worked a little bit through the soft tissue, kind of do a recheck. Sometimes it's just important to work through the discomfort. You know, I always tell people, your body tends to know what is good discomfort and bad discomfort. So if you're trying to push through a stretch and it is severe pain that your body is saying, yeah, you keep doing this and it's not going to go well, then absolutely, like, stop doing it. That is a red light. You don't want to keep doing it. But if there's some discomfort that your body's saying, like, oh my gosh, if I just work through this, like, I think this will fix it, that's a yellow light for you to continue working, especially if as soon as you let go, the pain goes away. It's just being cautious. Sometimes you do have to work through a little discomfort to come out the other side as far as getting things fixed. So if you can start then to work through some of that range of motion, really focusing on full range of motion, see if you can get it opened. And then you can kind of do a recheck with your hand on like a countertop, just to start getting a little bit of weight bearing, and then just sort of check to see there what it's feeling like, and start working through some range of motion, you know, forward and back, side to side, and see if a little bit of weight bearing is now a little bit easier on you. And then of course you can progress to being like in a plank or push up or whatever was maybe causing some problems to begin with. So just see if that helps. I always have more. If none of that helps, I'm certain I can give you something else. And for the rest of you, please send me any questions that you have or subjects that you would like to talk about. As you can see, I'm kind of gaining a presence here on all the social media platforms. It's been fun. I'm just trying to free up my schedule to have times to reach out to the rest of you. So comment any questions that you might have, and I can, if it's a great question, I will gladly do a video especially for you like I did my other subscriber. Thanks.